Welcome to part 2 of this look at a load of new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is part 2 of an absolute load of mods from Friday the 21st. If you watched part 1, you'll know why. If you've only watching this part, watch part 1 because there's a whole load of mods on that. This is the second bit. I was incredibly unwell on Saturday. I did loads of prep on Friday night, didn't get the recording done. Saturday, horrendously unwell. Feeling a bit better today, so I thought I'd get both of them done and get them up. At least that way I've caught up with myself. Hopefully. So, like I say, this is part 2, and we're starting with this. Now, I wasn't going to get this out and show you. I was just going to show you in the sort of the store menu. At the end of the day, it's a trailer. Massive shout out to Looney Farm guy who messaged me the other day to ask me about a couple of things. A couple of mods have been removed from the Modhub that there were some issues with. He was asking me about one, and then I said obviously I hadn't really gotten to it. I wasn't feeling too well. He messaged me again today to ask how I was feeling. Thank you very much, very kind of you. But to say that this one's broken, it's not working, which is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? So this is the Krone TX 560D by LS Agro. It is 7.18 megabytes download, 6 slots, 56,000 litre capacity, and it won't fill up from things. So, yeah, I'll show you the options on it, but I thought I'll better try it. I bet, you know, I'm not saying he's lying, but I always tend to check, and no, it won't fill up. So, yeah, a bit of a problem that. This you'll find under trailers. Just there, 107 grand for the base model. Pretty irrelevant if it's not working properly, but anyway. Cover yes or no, if you'd like a cover on there. We got Michelin, Vredestein, those are the two options. And the Vredestein, we got a couple of tyre choices on top of the standard, and that's it. We got reflectors, yes or no. If you go for yes, you can change the colour of your reflectors. I like that. And then license plate option there. That's it. So, yeah. Is what it is. Not much else I can say about that, really. That's the Krone TX 560D by LS Agro. Next, again, I'm not going to show this one. I'm in Mr. Krabby Ranty mode today, or at least part 2. I personally think this next one should have been an update, not a mod. Again, that's my opinion, and I'm not knocking the modder. I'm just saying, I just think it should have been. We've got the Sulky X50 Ionov by NicoPix's 9.8 megabytes download, 7 slots, takes fertilizer. Now, the reason I say that, often we get duplicates of mods. Different modders will use the same base one and they'll tweak some bits in there. This has been done by the same modder. It is the same mod. It is a reskin of the same mod. Therefore, in my opinion, it should be an update because it's even the same company. So if we go to our fertilizer spreaders, there's our Sulky X50 Econov. Now, prior to this, NicoPix has brought out the Sky X50 Econov. All the stats are exactly the same. Slot count, capacity, options, everything is identical. It's the same mod. The thing about it is, Sulky, Sky, and Prologue, I think was the third company, they all amalgamated and became Sky Agriculture. So a lot of the Sulky machinery, when you're getting new stuff now, it says Sky. If you take out the UL in Sulky, because it was Sky as well, they bombed Sky, and it became Sky Agriculture. So and we can look at the options, but it's exactly the same. Like I say, I haven't got one out, but 2,400 litre, 3,200, 4,000, because I've technically already reviewed this, are our capacities. Protection kit, yes or no, puts a plastic sort of bit around where the PCO shaft runs. You got support system, simple support, or with casters. Cover, yes or no. And then we've got our width, so it's 24 to 36 metre, 32 to 44 metre, 40 to 50. So if you want the real big widths, you want to go for that one, but the lowest you can go is 40. If you want them narrower for whatever reason, you might want the 24 to 36. So it's a case of, I mean, you can always take it into your workshop and change it. It's not expensive to change each one up. You know, you're looking, what, £1,000, just over £1,000 for all three. So to be fair, you can do that. Main colour, anything on that palette. Actually, it does the bottom section. Cover colour. Keep going for pink just 'cause it stands out. But the actual sulky colour itself doesn't change. That stays as it is. There you go. That's the Sulky. It fits me perfectly, doesn't it? That's the Sulky X50 Econov by NicoPix. Next, we've got this, and this is lush. I like this a lot. This is the JensM 875 grain cart by Casearias Modding. Lovely. It is 15.03 megabytes download and 7 slots. With a couple of different options, including narrow twins. You know, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, I love a narrow twin. So, this you'll find under auger wagons. And just there, 37,900. When you look at the auger wagons and capacities, the Demco goes up a bit, doesn't it? 30,000 litres, to be fair. The new JNM, up to 41.4 for 95 grand. So to be fair, 37,900 for, what's it, 30,000 litres? Nearly 31,000 litres. That's pretty good, isn't it? So we've got tyre choices of Lizard with just that option. We've got Michelin with that. We've then got Continental with those. Mitas. This is a weird one, actually. You've got your Standard 2. Should we be on Standard 4 by now? And then back again, and then back to Lizard. We've got attacher position. We've got a low or a high option. It just flips the attacher over, but in effect makes it low and high. Decal style, we've got 1, 2, and 3. Main colour, anything on that palette does that. Grille colour does the top section. Up there. Our wedge triangle. Rim colour does the rim colour. And license plate option there as well. 275 horsepower. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? 274 horsepower. It's quite precise. Required to operate this piece of machinery. Pipe in. Now we do have as well on this. Turn the lights on. Indicators were right on the outsides. Cover open. Like so. We do have a tip side grain door. Tip side pipe, and we'll start on tip side grain door. And I was really hoping, oh there you go, so there's our tip side grain door right at the bottom there, and if we put our pipe out, got a bit of bounce there, that was weird. So yeah, if you want to go directly underneath, like over a point like that, you've got your grain door underneath. We've switched it now to pipe. On the end of our pipe we do have an adjustment for the nozzle. Nice sound effect from that as well. We've got lights on the pipe as well, there we go, yeah, pipe light as well. Can't go wrong with that. So if we're on unload for pipe, we should, there we go. So, grain door or pipe. Very nice bit of kit. The JNM 875 grain cart by Casearias Modding. Next, we've got this. This is the Namyslo Cobra 300 by JMZ. 6.65 megabytes download. 3 slots, 3 meters wide. This is a subsoiler with the long shanks, but we do have a sort of bit on the back there for breaking up clods behind it. So you will find this under the subsoiler section. Words, there we go. 13,800. Options on this, lights, yes or no. That's it as far as options go. 180 horsepower required, which is pretty good to be fair for a 3-meter subsoiler. So if we jump into our tractor, we do have the option to raise and lower that whole rear section. JMZ stuff, I've said this so many times before. I know when we did the mods the other day and there were tons and tons of mods, and I kind of skipped through 5 or 6 different cultivators by JMZ and I felt bad. We just had so many mods. But they're always incredibly well made and incredibly well detailed. They do an absolutely cracking job, they really do. Anyway, so that whole rear section raises and lowers. I don't think it's going to make any difference to the operation, but we do have, so let's go like that, there, and then what we'll do is go across that as well. There you go. So I think that's our shallow cultivation, because it says toggle work mode. Now it says deep cultivation. If I drop it down again, that should change. There we go. So now we're on to deep cultivation. So we have got a couple of different options for what we put it on. Will it do the same job? Yes, it will. It's still cultivating. It's normally down to what stones get brought up between shallow and deep cultivation. Shallow doesn't bring stones up. Deeper cultivation will bring up smaller stones. Ploughing, normally subsoiling will bring up stones. Subsoiling is always interesting because it's technically ploughing, but with a cultivated kind of look to it. If I lower that all the way down and then drop this down, so what that in essence does in the real world, it keeps the shanks up out the ground. So it's still going to do the job it was doing before. But if you want that real world look, aesthetic and that kind of thing, so as soon as I start to raise that, the shanks will drop further into the ground. So you can sort of simulate how deep you want the shanks of your subsoiler to actually work. Very nice indeed. That's the Namyslo Cobra 300 by JMZ. Next, we've got this. This is the Claas Rollant 66260 by ED123, 13.83 megabytes download and 4 slots. Cheap as chips round baler. Now it only does one bale size. There's a couple, there's like an older style version, the 66, and the 260, which is a more modern version of it. But like I say, it's nice and cheap. Let's go down to our baling section, which is just there. Round balers, and it's there. 12 grand, that's all. That's not bad, is it? So, options for this. We've got wheel setup standard or medium. There you go. Then we've got the Rollant 66, the older style, and then we've got the Rollant 260. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both pretty cool. It's 12 grand if you go for the 66. Obviously, the 260 is a bit more expensive, puts the price up, but still, you're still not in the 60, 70, 80 grand market that some of the other round balers are. Then you've got the bale net, depending on what you want to go for. The Rolletex Pro standard net, film binding or empty. If you have it empty, then you supply the net yourself. Again, if you want to go for a more immersive feel for things and you want to bring your own bale net and wrap and stuff like that, you can, or you can just have it automatic like that with a license plate option in there too. So we have got, I think it's just 125 centimeter bales only, if I recall correctly. If we turn it on, drop that down. Are we on? Turn on automatic drop. There we go. I mean, it works like any other baler does. So, you know, and I always show the balers off, and it's that thing of people saying, you know how balers work. But again, you might be new to the game. You might not know. Once it hits 100%, it is automatic drop. You still have to stop, because if you keep going, it will drop it off, and you won't, because while the back door's open, it won't be picking anything up. And there we go. It's it bales. It's cheap as chips. Nice bit of kit. Like I say, even with the 260 variant, it's still nice and cheap, under 20 grand. Lovely. That's the Claas Rollant 66260 by ED123. Next, we've got these, and these are representative. I like this pack. This is the Skoda Kodiaq. This is by, I was going to say T-Mark Modding, I think it is. I want to say that. It's T3 Mark, isn't it? Not Mark, Mock, T-Mock, sorry. And Xerox. It is 14.34 megabytes download and 13 slots for the pack. So we've got the Kodiaq, which is the base game version, but with some extra bells and whistles. And there are some very cool extra bells and whistles, which you'll see on this one. I mean, they're on all of them, but this one kind of, for me especially, stands out. You'll see. Anyway, I don't mean to be cryptic. So, cars and bikes. So the Kodiaq itself, same price as the standard for the base version. Slot count is different. That's 7, this is 13. But options on this. We've got configuration style or RS. So if you want to go for a more standardized, especially depending on some of the options we got on this, but I went for the bells and whistles. Why not? You know. Then we got the rims. I think we've only got 2 choices on the normal one. So we've got Elbrus, Sagittarius, or Sagittarius Aero for our choices. Then you've got rear warning, yes or no. So in the back window, the moment you've got nothing, you you can have yes in the back, which puts these little warning things in there. You've got no foil at the moment. Then you can have fire department, emergency doctor, police, municipal, back to no foil, which will become more relevant in a moment. Then you've got blue light, we've got beam, beam 2, or we've got beacon. Now I'm going to leave one of those on just for the moment. You'll see why. You've got front flashes, yes. Side flashes, yes. Then you've got special signal colour, blue or orange. So, if you put that on blue and you've gone for fire department, police, something like that, or the doctor or whatever it might be, keep it on blue. If you want, it's up to you. If you've gone for the municipal, you might want to have an orange and use it as a construction type vehicle, that kind of thing. It's up to you. And then we've got our main colour choice. Now, this only works if you're on the base colour. If you've put a wrap on it, it doesn't work. So if I go up to here and we put a foil on, it takes that off. So that's, again, just something to be aware of. Yeah. If you've got any of the wraps on, you won't have the colour. So even if you do change the colour, it won't do anything. Then license plate option on there as well. So a few different things to play around with on that. Now what's cool about it is I just went for some representative, you know. So we've got the police version. So let's turn that on. We'll put our beacons on. So with our flashes and with the blue ones on, we've got our front flashes, we've got our side flashes. We've got ones there. But we've also got in the back, the ones that if you go for that option, L1 and unfold car, puts those on as well. I just think that's really cool. We've also got open cover. Now, we don't have any doors or windows that open or anything like that. So this would just be, there's also not an option. I need to fold car to put, actually that only works, only works with the beacons on. Okay, so fold car turns those off, now turn beacons off. Brilliant, right. So yeah, we've got no doors or windows that open. There's no boot or anything like that that opens. It's just a vehicle for driving around. Now the municipal one, I went for the orange lights, as you'll see. So we put the orange lights on. I went for the orange flashes. So if you might be in a convoy with the vehicle, or you know, whatever it might be, or construction site, or forestry, or whatever it might be, which is cool. Then I suddenly thought, if you're playing multiplayer, what better? Sorry, did I not turn the engine off in that? No. What better than to have undercover? You can be undercover farm police, so you can go plain clothes. You can go completely. I mean, it's a normal Kodiaq, isn't it? But once we turn our beacons on, it's not. And if we go for the thing in the back as well, we do that. So we can have a completely farm police undercover. It just made me smile like a buffoon. I don't know why. I know it's probably not the first vehicle you've ever been able to do it on. I just thought it was quite cool. It made me smile. I'm a child. But anyway, there you go. That's the pack. That's the Skoda Kodiaq by Tamok Modding and Xerox. Next, we've got the International CV just here. Doesn't that look nice? Especially in that, I love it in that kind of goldy colour. Anyway, the CV series. So this is by Bcbuhler. 17.9 megabytes download, 14 slots. We have also got on the back, I didn't fill it up actually, we have got a road vault. And this is for putting fuel in. Now that can be detached, you can lift it by hand, but there's nothing in it at the moment. When it's full, you probably won't be able to lift it by hand. I haven't tried that. We've also got, though, to the side, a place for your chainsaw, which is pretty cool. So you can collect your chainsaw, as long as you're not where the straps are, because that's a bit of a pain. There you go, take chainsaw. Then put that away. So you've got a place for your chainsaw, like that. Can I just take, no, I think I have to detach that first. But as you can see, unlike the standard version, we have got this with a gooseneck, so you can have it as more of a tow vehicle, recovery, I mean, various different things. But options on this then, this one's actually under trucks. So there's your basic CV series. Again, price is the same. And it does retain some of those elements, so the price is the same. But slot count, what I say it wasn't this 14. That's not bad. What's the standard one? 12. Hasn't changed much at all. So options on this then, we've got the flat deck like this, which is more your tow vehicle type bit of kit. Tipper, which again is more to the standard game version of it. 3,500 litre tipper. We've then got the box body, again, more like the standard game. And then we've got the flatbed like that. Now, the flatbed in the basic version has sides to it. I don't think this one does. Then we're back to that flat deck, which I left it on. So we've then got engines set up. We've got 350 horsepower or 500 horsepower on the tuned version. Gives a bit more grunt. We then got Continental, Lizard are our two tyre choices. The Continental's got a little bit more grip to them. And then as far as wheel setup goes, we've got steel rims, aluminium rims with covers, back to steel rims again. You've got step cover, which fills in all the gap there to the side, if you want to go a bit more fancy. We then got day cab. Now, that to me, especially with that back on it, that's probably what it is. It looks really stubby. It looks really weird like that. That looks more, I say, normal, whatever normal is. I did that, I thought, whoa, that looks like a clown car. But, at the end of the day, day cab or crew cab. We've got beacon lights. We've got nothing. We've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. Actually, it's 4 and 5, isn't it? 1 is nothing, and then it's 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you orange high, orange low, clear high, clear low, and then back off again. Main colour, anything on this palette, and then have a fiddle around with metallics and whatnot. It's entirely up to you. Actually, can we go metallic in that? We'll go Joker. Anyway, grille colour. If you want to change the grille colour, you can, but you might want to leave it as it is. But if you want to actually match everything up, if we go for design colour and I go for that purple again, like that, we can match that up. No, that, and that. That's nice. It's got a good look. Even in the purple, actually, I thought it'd look a bit weird. Then design colour does the back section, if I remember correctly. There we go. Does the back section there as well. Rim colour, and then license plate option on there too. So a few different choices to go for. Just adds a bit more to it than the base game version. And then what we'll do, if I just jump in here, it says detach. If I detach now, that has detached that, which means I can pick it up and I can move it. Actually, I haven't tried filling it up, so let's just drop that down. Let's attach that. Oh yeah, it does actually, look, puts those, I didn't even notice, these threaded bolts through there, which actually bolts it down. This you'll find under miscellaneous. Was it under this one? There you go. There's your road vault, 1,500 for 450 litres of fuel that can be put in there. Like I say, I'm just curious though, if we put 450 litres of fuel in there, can we then pick it up? I'd be surprised, but you never know. That may take a little while to fill up actually. Just chat amongst yourselves, we'll be done in a minute. Beacon? That's a cool horn. Cool horn. Here we go. We are now full. So, let's detach. Can we pick it up by hand when it's full? We can't. Okay. Just something to be aware of. So you are going to need to put it up, either lift it with something with forks if it is full, or, like I say, put it on by hand. But if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. We have got tension straps in the back, so you can use it for putting other things on as well. But that's pretty cool. Let's attach that back down again. Interior. Very nice indeed. It's cool. I know I say that a lot about mods, but it is cool. Oh, I'm liking these a lot. There you go. That's the International CV Series by Bcbuhler. Next, we have got over here the Volvo tanker. There we go. So this is the Volvo FH16 tanker by JensM. 20.5 megabytes download and 24 slots. With a few different options, as you can see. You don't have to have that on there, don't worry. So, I'm curious as well. What is it about this Volvo design? Help me out. Help me understand. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. It looks absolutely brilliant, don't get me wrong. So, let's go up to our lorries again. So, right at the top here under trucks. And just there, 212,000 So this will hold 22,000 litres, I believe it was. We've got the Globetrotter XL or the Sleeper, like that. We've then got horsepower 600, 700 or 780 horsepower. Front guard, we've got 1, 2, 3. Back to none. 1 again. We've got safety frame, that's up on the top here. So we've got flashing beacons, lights and horns. Now, I have found every single version, including Giant's base game version, if you go for that option that has those lights on the top, those lights never turn on. Never. It's not an option. It scrolls through the lights, doesn't come on. Don't know why. Keep waiting for one that does work, but none of them do. Mod flaps, got Volvo or none. That's on the back there. There you go. Oh, hang on, not none. What are we talking about? Mod flaps. That's weird. Volvo, no. Warning signs, back to Volvo. That's my fault because I went from there, I looked and went Volvo no, then it's just assumed there'd be no others. I thought we'd go through and be no last. Again, assumptions. Mirrors. Now we start with all the mirrors. So we've got a mirror at the front on the windscreen, a mirror at the side on the windscreen. So we can go for just the front, just the side, or none. But it comes as standard with all of them. So it's up to you. Front mounting, this puts grills over the lights to protect them. Tank decal. So at the moment there's no tank decal. The only tank decal available is the Big Moose. If you want that on there, but you don't have to, of course. Main colour does the cab and all under there. Next colour does the chassis underneath. Let's go for them. It stands out. Metallics are available. Grille colour does the front. Let's go red so you can see that behind there. There's the grille colour. Tank colour. Now the first one is that. Second one is like a galvanised. And then we just move through sort of fairly regular colour options. But again, I think we can metallic those if we want to. Rim colour does rim colour, and then license plate option on there too. So I have got buffalo milk in here at the moment. Worth a fortune, I will just add. Watch, lights. That top set of lights does not come on. Beacons do. But they don't, and I don't know why. Isn't that weird? I mean, it drives like a lorry does, you'd expect, you know. It does have a rear trailer hitch, I've just noticed actually. I didn't put it on my notes, but it does have a rear trailer hitch. So if you've got tankers and stuff you want to tow as well as this, you can. What I'm going to do, just in case... Whoa, blimey. Interior looks like this. Very nice. Very cool. The Volvo FH16 tanker by JensM. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for Friday the 21st. Again, I do apologise for the delay. And the end of part 2 as well. And it's a corker. Of course it is. It's a RossN mods one. This is the JCB Fastrac 8000 Icon by RossN mods. 28.98 megabytes download and 14 slots on the consoles. And like the smaller version, which I have on my Riverbend Springs. Oh, it's so good. It's so nice. Very nice indeed. So anyway, sorry. Under large tractors where you find it, just there, 289 grand for the base model. We have options for 306 horsepower, 348 horsepower, or 400 horsepower. Then back again. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredstein, Nokian, and back. And I'm pretty sure, I did check through most of them, these are our options. Standard and wides, rear twin, twin, and back to standard. That was pretty much the same on all of them as far as I could tell. One that normally is different, sometimes BKT is, but I think it was the same. Yeah, it was. We've got beacons, we've got low beacon, clear beacons, high beacons. We've got light bar with rear lights, light bar with no rear lights. Where were the rear lights? I can't remember where they were now. Put someone somewhere. I think it's the flashing units, isn't it? You've got LED strobes, no. Side, grille, or both. Of course I went both, because you know me and flashing lights. We've got markers, no or yes. That's those lovely square bits on the back there. Then we've got flags. We've got the low-vis UJ, or we've got the coloured UJ on there. Gyps. We've got yes, or we've got no or yes, but it's a little gyps unit on the back there, on the back of the roof. No cost, which is brilliant. Horns, yes or no, if you want them on there. Extinguisher, yes, but it's extinguisher on the back there. Main colour, anything on that palette, go for it to your heart's content. Paint your JCB however you wish. Grille colour does that front grille there and all around there. Metallics are available. Second grille colour does the grille colour at the top. Let's go, I don't know, white. Yeah, okay. So you can see it nice and clear. Rim colour does the rims, and license plate option on there too. So, plenty of lighting and plenty of flashing beacons. If you've gone for your flashing units, there's your fronts, there's your sides, there's your top, and if you went for top with rear, there's your two rear ones. If you go top without rear, obviously it won't have those rear ones on there. We do also have L1, R1, left stick side to side, does the rear window. Right stick side to side. Hang on, right stick side to side, does that door. Right stick up and down, does that door. Like so. And this thing books 42 miles per hour. It's no slouch around the farm. It's got a bit of grunt. The earlier versions of these, the 8000s, only ever had two engine options. So the fact this goes up to a 400 horsepower as well, it's a big difference, which I like. Interior. Very nice indeed. And there you go. That's the JCB Fastrac 8000 Icon by RossN Mods. That's it for the mods from Friday the 21st of February. Hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.